It's almost time once again to start the heating, so let's look at what's new with the smart thermostatic radiator valves, this time from Sonoff. We'll start in a couple of seconds. In the last 2-3 years, I've released already a lot of videos about the heating solutions, and some of them were about the smart thermostatic radiator valves. I still am doing a long-term test of 4, and with this one this will be 5 thermostatic radiator valves on a couple of technologies. Most of them will be Zigbee, while some are also Wi-Fi. But today we'll be looking at this new Sonoff thermostatic radiator valve and why this may be best thermostatic radiator valve that you can buy for your smart home, especially if you're using Home Assistant. Let's start with the most obvious thing, the price. All of the valves I'm using are TADO valves, and price of one TADO valve is a lot higher than this one here. I've also been testing various other manufacturers, and price usually ranges between the 20 and the 40 euros, depending on the manufacturer and also depending on the type of the device that you want to implement. Then I also have Shelly Smart Thermostatic Radiator Valve. That is a bit special since this is a Wi-Fi device, and that's actually the only Wi-Fi thermostatic radiator valve that I have. But today, as I said, we'll be looking at new Sonoff Smart Thermostatic Radiator Valve that is a bit different than all the others. And no, the price is not the big difference. When people talk about smart devices, especially locks and thermostatic radiator valves, they ask about one thing: how noisy it is. My TADO valves, you can hear them. My Nuki lock, you can hear it. Switchbot lock, you can hear it. But this smart thermostatic radiator valve, actually I was not sure if it's working or not. I was trying to record the sound with my mobile phone and a GoPro with media adapter, but unfortunately it was so quiet that I wasn't able to capture it. On the other hand, what this device has, and most of the other devices do not have, is a lot of batteries. Most of the thermostatic radiator valves that I've tested require either 2 AA or AA or AAA batteries. This one requires 3 AA batteries. While during the testing I'm not using rechargeable batteries, for long-term tests I always do them with the same type of the rechargeable battery so that I know that all the batteries are charged to the maximum, and then I can see how many open and close cycles this valve can do on a one battery charge. And by the way, when we are already talking about the long-term testing of the smart thermostatic radiator valves, I have a favor to ask you all. In order for me to be able to test in a normal time all the devices and see what is the fastest, what is the slowest, who has the longest or shortest battery life, I'd actually need your help. Each of the smart thermostatic valves will get something like this, or the actual valve. And I need to create or hook up a device that would on one side emit light, on the other side intercept the light, and when the valve closes and opens, it will trigger the state. That way I can create a script in Home Assistant to permanently open and close the valves, for me to be able to see how fast it takes to close or open the valve, and also how many times it can do on a single battery charge. If you know of a device or a project that can help me with that, please drop me a line down in the video description. Probably you will not be able to drop me a link, but you can also go to the Discord server. The link to Discord server is down in the description of the video, or find me on the Twitter and leave a link there. Thank you for your help. But let's get back to this Sonoff new valve. I really do like the design, I really do like the simplicity of control of those devices. Some of the devices I have on test have more buttons than my keyboard, and it's actually very hard to remember what each button does, unless you of course each time use a manual. And who wants to have manual hanging on the radiator just to be able to open or close or increase or decrease the temperature? With this valve you will not have issues like that. It's very simple to control, and it's also very customizable. For example, I've seen a couple of posts from people I follow on the internet that have installed valve like this or like this, and then they were stuck with the upside down letters. In case of this valve, it only takes you 3 seconds of push of a button to tilt or rotate the screen, which makes it great because They were thinking about people that are installing them upside down or normal way. The second thing is the pairing process. This device only has two buttons. One is that reset button that I already mentioned, but it's just used to reset the screen, and the other one is this top button that is used to control and operate the device. For example, if you want to factory reset the device, you take the batteries out, press and hold the upper button, then install the batteries. As soon as the batteries are installed, the device will be factory reset. If you want to pair the device, it's also done with the same button. You just rotate the temperature to off mode and then press and hold the button for a couple of seconds and it will start the pairing process. Very simple device to use, very simple device to install, but the question is the compatibility. With what is it currently compatible? Around a month ago when I was sent this device, at that time the only compatible device was this one here. This is a Bridge Pro. Now you can also hook it up through the NS Panel Pro and also Zigbee dongle versions both E and P. But yes, you can also use it with Amazon's built-in Zigbee hub. As far as the iHost is concerned, currently it is not supported, but the support should arrive somewhere in November. But most important thing for me, because I do content about Home Assistant, is support in Home Assistant. And actually, yes, it is supported by both ZHA and Zigbe2MQTT. So let's start pairing this with both ZHA and Zigbe2MQTT. In ZHA, and this instance is using Sky Connect stick, click on Add Device and repeat what I already showed you. Turn the knob to off position and press and hold the button. Select area, and as far as support, device was recognized as it should be, TRVZB, meaning TRV Zigbee version by Sonoff. We have switch here that enables us to toggle this device on and off. And if we turn the temperature on the device, it will also change the state in Home Assistant. For example, on 31 degrees, it should change state from idle to heating. If you are concerned about the noise of the valve, there is actually no noise. And after you add it to ZHA, you can of course play with it and use it like any other smart thermostat or smart thermostatic radiator valve. As for the Zigbe2MQTT, let's see how the process looks there. In Zigbe2MQTT, click on Permit Join. Once again, change temperature to off state, press and hold the button, and the pairing process should start. And the device was added successfully. If we click on the device, here is all of the information about the device itself, and under Exposes, we can see that we can set the heating set point, we see the temperature from the local sensor, we can set it in off, auto or heat state, running state meaning is the valve open or closed, if it's idle it should be closed, remaining battery, battery low indicator and the link quality sensor. Let's change the name both here in Home Assistant. And device has now been added also to the UI. This is the mushroom card. If I would rotate and change the temperature of the device to 4, 6, 8, 13, 29 degrees, the state and the information will automatically update also in Home Assistant. And here we also have option to set it to auto, heat and off state. I don't think myself as a valve guy, but somehow I ended with a bunch of them and I do like testing them. If I disregard Tado, and I will disregard Tado just because Tado is a closed ecosystem, operating on something different than Z-Wave, Zigbee, Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, it has a proprietary protocol. Well, actually from all the valves I've ever tested, this one so far looks like the best, especially if you consider two things. One is the price and second is the silence of the motor. Also, what I really do like about it is the compatibility or where you can use this valve. If you are a willing person and use Sonoff ecosystem, it will work with almost any hub Sonoff has currently produced. even with Amazon Hub. On the other hand, if you are using Home Assistant, you can go with ZHA. If you are not using Home Assistant but some other third-party open source solution that can use Zigbee2MQTT, then even there you can use this device with your setup. It's all up to you. If you are considering to replace your old valves with something new in your home, then this actually may be the perfect solution for you. In terms of long-term review, I cannot tell you how long the batteries will last. I know that for my Tado devices, they last one heating season. How long do these batteries last? I have no idea. I will be putting them on a test bench with other valves and hope to have in the future better and more in-depth review. And while we are already here, let's talk about some other things. Yes, this device also has child lock. All you have to do is press and hold the upper button for 3 seconds and it will automatically lock the device. Same thing goes for unlocking it. Just press and hold the button for a couple of seconds and then you will be able to change the temperature. In terms of valve position, no. At this point I haven't seen a way to control the exact position of the valve. And while I know that some of you will like that feature, you actually do not need to know at what position the valve is. This should be all done automatically by the system, and system should know when to open it and when to close it. Yes, you can try and play with the 27.8% open valve or 96.3% closed valve, but actually just open and closed state would be good enough. On the other hand, there are some other valves that you can see the state but not control the state of the valve. And it ranges from valves that can show you 0 to 100% in 25% increments or 50% increments, meaning 0, 50 and 100% open or closed. This valve unfortunately doesn't have that feature. No, you cannot control the percentage of the valve open or closed state, and no, you cannot see the percentage of open or closed state. If you have any comment or a question about this valve or any other valves I've so far tested, you can always find me on the Discord server. Also, I'm available on the Twitter. Yes, I'm still using Twitter. But you can also leave comment down in a comment section below. And if you did enjoy or like this video, please don't forget to leave a like. It really means not just a lot to me, but it also helps with funky YouTube algorithms. And last thing before I end up this video is to thank all those wonderful people that are supporting me and that have become YouTube channel members. Thank you all for all of your support. You've really been amazing. But let's not forget each and every one of you who has watched, liked, subscribed or commented on my videos. If you too want to support the channel, you can do so by clicking the join button down below and becoming a YouTube channel member for only €2 or $2 per month. Sorry, I don't plan to have Patreon account. Or you can go to my merchandise store and get something there. I will be seeing you next time. Until then, bye bye and have